Story time. This has been my first year in preschool with a class of my own, teaching alongside another queer neurodivergent educator, and we have been rocking our Choose class. We've been talking about gender and skin color and consent and empathy and our bodies and autonomy. It's been fabulous. But our teaching team is shifting and a new person is being onboarded, someone with many years of experience. So today at the lunch table, when the topic of gender and genitals came up, one of our students plainly looked up and said, "Well, I'm a girl today, but I know that teacher Co isn't. No, they're NB." And the look on the incoming teacher's face was priceless. She was shocked in a good way, and she just looked around at the two of us and said, "This class is incredible, and I am so impressed."
Okay, so during third period, we have announcements and they do the Pledge of Allegiance. I always tell my class, stand if you feel like it, don't stand if you feel like it, say the words if you want, don't have to say the words. So my class decided to stand but not say the words. Totally fine. Except for the fact that my room does not have a flag. It used to be there, but I took it down during COVID because it made me uncomfortable. And I packed it away and I don't know where, and I haven't found it yet. But my kid today goes, "Hey, it's kind of weird that we just stand and then, we say it to nothing." And I'm like, "Oh, well, I gotta find it. Like, I'm working on it. I got you." In the meantime, I tell this kid, "We do have a flag in the class that you can pledge your allegiance to." And he looks around and he goes, "Oh, that one?" I pledge allegiance to the queers.
Welcome to your first day of kindergarten class. We're going to have a great year, and together, I think we're going to put the ass back into class. Right, kids? As your teacher, it's my job to guide your growth and development, keep you safe, instill my values into you, teach you how to become a leader, and watch you go to the bathroom. And we'll go around the room and share our names and sexuality with everyone in just a moment. But first, because coming to school is all about you and your education, it's important that we make the focus of class about me. My favorite thing about me is that I'm a trans, hetero, gay, mostly non-binary, queer, tax-exempt, asexual celiac. And my pronouns are he, ha, victim. And I think it's important for you to understand that though I'm mostly non-binary, for the next 15 minutes, I will be identifying as someone who has a little bit of binariness. But that little bit of binariness that currently resides in the person identifying as myself is a completely non-binary binariness. People make the mistake of treating binariness like it's a binary concept, but it's not. And it really hurts me when they think it is. Even if you're non-binary, it's still binary of you to say that you're non-binary. And because this isn't a Trump rally, I just thought you'd want to be on the same page with me on that. Sorry to have to ask, but what's all that mean? It's okay. It's important that everyone clearly understands my sexuality so we know where we stand with each other. It basically means I was born in the wrong body. How were you born in the wrong body? Because God makes mistakes. But luckily, as someone who makes permanent decisions about altering my body, I do not make mistakes. I don't think that's how it works, because when my baby sister was born, she came out and the doctor said, "It's a girl." Doctors are literally just guessing genders at birth. They don't know what they're talking about. Currently, Zem's trying to get me pregnant, so we're having Zem victim teacher Zer. I'm uncomfortable with this conversation. That's because you're transphobic.
My name is Kiara Bridges, and I am a professor of law at the University of California, Berkeley School of Law. The painfully obvious point to make is that people with the capacity for pregnancy are characterized by the formal exclusion of people with the capacity for pregnancy. I love Black people with the capacity for pregnancy. I think they have agency, they have intelligence, they know what is best for themselves. I believe that a person with a capacity for pregnancy has value, they have intelligence, they have agency, they have
I'm talking about
dignity.
the baby.
And I'm talking about the person with the capacity for
And
pregnancy.
you're not answering the question. I'm asking.
I'm answering a more interesting question to me.
You think that they...
I think that the person with the capacity for pregnancy has value, and they should have the ability to control what happens to their lives.
Well-
So I can talk about the LGBTQ community. They were not contemplated by the framers, by those who ratified the Constitution. Their ability to live lives that have dignity, their ability to love who they love and to marry who they marry, that just wasn't contemplated by those folks who ratified the Constitution. People with the capacity for pregnancy, right? All of those groups were not simply thought of. Absolutely. So as you've already noted, Black people with the capacity for pregnancy have a maternal mortality rate that is 3 to 4 times the rate of their white counterparts.
Ooh, and before I forget, here are permission slips to go on our field trip at the end of the month to Disneyland. Now, if your parents won't sign it, just let me know and I'll sign it instead, because you are mine now. Now, let's do something that'll be healthy for your very impressionable young minds. We're gonna go around and decide what our genders are. Now, you might be a boy, you might be a girl, or you might be trans. Johnny, what are you?
I'm a boy.
No. What are you really?
Well, I'm a boy. I have a wiener.
That's got nothing to do with this, and besides, that's a very easily solvable problem. Now, are you sure you're not trans?
I'm pretty sure.
Sounds like you might be.
I don't think I am.
Well, if you're a boy, that means you're nothing but a privileged person vampirically feeding off the suffering of other people who are oppressed because of you. Which is everybody, because you want everybody to hurt, because you are mean. Is this the type of person you want to be?
No.
But if you just so happen to be trans, you're brave, special, and you're protected, which means no one can make fun of you or bully you. You can swim on whichever team you want, and you'll be praised by your favorite Hollywood celebrities. Now, are you someone who wants to be special?
Yeah.
Are you trans?
Well,
It's a safe space to say yes.
I guess so.
Johnny just came out as trans, everyone. So brave, and you can be too.
Professor Bridges, you said several times, you've used a phrase, I want to make sure I understand what you mean by it. You've referred to people with a capacity for pregnancy. Would that be women?
Many women, cis women, have the capacity for pregnancy. Many cis women do not have the capacity for pregnancy. There are also trans men who are capable of pregnancy, as well as non-binary people who are capable of pregnancy. So I want to recognize that your line of questioning is transphobic, and it opens up trans people to violence by not recognizing them.
Wow, you're saying that I'm opening up people to violence by asking whether or not women are the folks who can have pregnancies?
So I want to note that 1 out of 5 transgender persons have attempted suicide. So I think it's important
Because of my line of questioning? So we can't talk about it?
Because denying that trans people exist and pretending not to know that they exist
I'm
is
denying that trans
dangerous.
people exist by asking
Are you?
if you're
Are
talking
you?
about women
Are you?
having pregnancies?
Do you believe that men can get pregnant?
No, I don't think women can get
So you are
pregnant.
denying that trans people exist?
And that leads to violence? Is this how you run your classroom? Are students allowed to question you? Or are
Absolutely.
they also treated like this, where
No,
they're
they're
told
allowed
that
to
they're
question.
opening up people to
Oh,
violence?
we have a good
by
time in my
questioning?
class. You should join.
I bet.
You might learn a lot.
Wow, I would learn a lot. I've learned a lot
I
just in this
know.
exchange.
Absolutely.
Extraordinary.
Yep.
I am so impressed.
Here are some hormones, Johnny. Don't tell your parents. Oh, and here are some scissors. This is a powerful, very influential education. If you allow it, parents.
What's up, my friend? I want to let you know I am touring all over the country with my stand-up comedy show. For a list of upcoming tour dates, you can hit up my website, awakenwithjp.com, and I look forward to seeing you in person.